Hey everyone, I'm Boda. In this video, I'll show you how to quickly edit and refine your doodles using our image editor. First, let's find out how to open the Doodle editor from within our project. We can do this in two ways. The first one is by using the Generate with AI button. Here you can see that now, in addition to the Add to Library button, we also have the Edit button. But in this case, I'll be using one that I already have in the library. There's some problems with my doodle element. Here you can see that the background is completely white and is covering my actual background within the slide. Also, the desk seems to be hovering instead of being connected to anything. So let's use the Doodle editor to fix these issues with our element. Adding a doodle element from your library to the slide and selecting the element will show the Doodle editor icon. Once clicked, the Doodle editor module will appear. Note that this option is not available for text elements. In this new screen that pops up, we'll have multiple options. Let's start with the ones up top. These represent the navigation options. We can zoom in or out with the plus/minus buttons, reset the zoom to default with the square frame button. Clicking on the hand tool will enable us to navigate the doodle by clicking and dragging the mouse. We also have the all-important undo button and the reset doodle button, which will undo all changes you've made to the doodle. On the right side, we have the editing tools. We'll go through them one by one. The free draw option allows you to draw freely on the canvas or doodle without any restrictions or preset shapes. Below this, we'll have the option to set a custom color. We can also modify the line width, which will dictate how big the brush will be. You can see the size of the brush by hovering your mouse over the image itself. The line draw option lets you create straight lines in the image. Let's use this feature to correct the desk in our doodle. The fill tool is like pouring a color into a space, much like filling a bucket with paint. It lets you quickly add color to an area of your image. But now, instead of line width, we have color tolerance. The color tolerance option controls how closely the area that you are clicking on has to match with the neighboring areas in order for the fill tool to affect them. Low tolerance means that only very close matches to the color you've clicked on will be filled. High tolerance means that there's a wider range of similar colors that will also be filled. Now let's use this tool to fill the desk in our doodle. But as you can see, when we do that, the color will spread all the way through the background as well. The reason for this is because on the left side of the desk, the line that I've drawn is not completely connected with the edge of the screen. That means that the fill tool will think that the desk is also part of the background. So what we need to do to fix this is firstly undo and make the background back to normal, and then we'll use the line draw to actually connect the desk with the edge of the screen. This will make it so now we can use the fill tool just on the desk itself. So now let's move to transparent fill. The transparent fill tool will fill the clicked area with transparency instead of adding a color. It makes the area see-through. When you select the transparent fill tool and then click on an area, that area becomes transparent. The space will appear in a checkered pattern, which represents the fact that it's transparent. Let's use this tool to correct the transparency near the arm of the character in our doodle. And now the eraser tool. This tool lets you manually erase parts of the doodle, like getting rid of unwanted areas, shapes, or even color. You can adjust the size of the eraser with the eraser size slider, and then click, hold, and drag the sections of the doodle that you want erased. The automatic background removal. Now, this option will try to find the main subject of the image and remove its background, leaving it transparent. It works similar to the transparent fill tool, but it is an automatic way of removing unwanted areas. The tolerance slider works exactly as explained before. Low tolerance erases a shorter range of white areas, while high tolerance erases a wider range. Now that we're done with the editing tools, I'm going to reset the doodle and we're going to correct it directly without going through all the details. First, I'll correct the desk. Then, let's use the automatic background removal to remove the background. I'll also use the transparent fill to correct the space under our character's arm. And finally, we'll use the fill tool to add a gray color to our laptop. So while it may have taken us some time to explain the details, these edits can be done in just a few seconds. Now let's apply these changes and see what difference is made in our slide. We can now see our background in the slide. The desk isn't hovering anymore. Our slide is looking much better than the beginning.
And just like that, we've completed the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this video. Now remember that you can always reach out to us if you have any difficulties. Me and my colleagues will take your tickets and we will respond to them in maximum 24 hours. It's usually much faster than that.